Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Knitwestern. Today we're going to do the knit stitch. So if you watched the last video, you should have your cast on row and it should look like this. If it's a little looser, a little tighter, that's totally fine. Whatever your tension is, we can work with that. I like to leave my cast on row a little bit looser so I can kind of slide my stitches around, and then it's easier for me, especially because I use wooden needles usually to get my needles in when I do this first row of knitting. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the first stitch the same way that we've been doing for our cast on, just like this. We're going to wrap the same exact way. We're going to wrap from the back over and under that left needle. We're going to pull the right needle with the yarn down towards us, coming up in the front, just as we would do for the cast on. But instead of pulling towards us like this, what we're actually going to do is pull this stitch off of the tip of the left needle. So that has just created one new stitch. So you can kind of see it right here. What we're going to do is add more to this row. What knitting is basically is just lots of loops connecting each other in different rows. So again, we're just going to go in the same way as we've been doing, wrapping around, over and under, bringing our needle up towards us in the front, and just pushing that stitch off. So we're transferring the stitches here from the left needle to the right needle. And I've intentionally made my cast on row really short so that I can show you what you do when you get to the end of the row. So we're almost there, just going to speed up a tiny bit. Don't worry if you need to pause the video, that's totally fine. You can rewatch any parts of it that you need to. So here we are on our last stitch, just going to knit it like usual, same thing, coming up in the front. And then when we pull it off, we should have no stitches on the left needle. They should all be on the right needle. Now, I often get questions from beginners who are kind of scared. They're like, what's going to happen now? It's very simple. All we're going to do is trade needles. So our right needle is now going to become our left needle, and vice versa. It's going to look like this. You can kind of see some of them are a little bigger than others. That's totally fine. Again, your tension will get better. It'll get more comfortable for you as you figure out how tight you like to pull or how loose you need to keep it in order to get your needle in. And you just do the same thing. You just go in, wrap it the same way we've been doing, pulling it up and pushing it off. Now we've got 2 rows of stitches here. So there you have it. That's the knit stitch. Thanks for joining me.